Oh yeah, so I know Doppio told the story, but let me tell it too. Okay, so I don't know how much you guys, have seen the other POVs about nijifes. Maybe you're the kind of person that has seen every POV about nijifes, because you're a little crazy. But so we had a Christmas party where, everyone in Japan, all the EN people in Japan, we had a Christmas party together. It was really fun, very nice. Yeah, so we had this whole Secret Santa thing going on. And then, we ate together. Some of us drank a little bit. It was a really good night overall. And we went home around like midnight-ish. But the thing is, before we decided to separate, go back to our respective homes, I always like taking pictures of people. It's a nice memory. So I was like, guys, let's take a selfie. By this point, we already packed up all our stuff. We had our coats back on and stuff. So I was holding my bags. And I was like, let's take a selfie, guys, together. And then Doppio, being the kind, nice guy, the D in Doppio stands for the gentleman. It was like, oh, Petra, you want me to hold your bag for you? Because it was kind of in the way when I was taking a photo and I was struggling a little to carry my bag and carry the camera and everything. I had a couple bags. Yeah, so as the gentleman, I was like, Petra, I can hold your bag for you. And I was like, oh, thank you. So here, I will say I'm a little bit stupid too. But it was late at night and I had like 3 or 4 different bags. I also brought some snacks to give to everyone, so I had the bag from that too. So, took the photo. Everyone, I like to send people who don't live in Japan home first and make sure they get in their train or their taxi safely. So I sent the nijifes people off first. And then I got on my own taxi to go home. And I'm in the taxi, right? And I just sit in the taxi. I have a lot of bags. So I'm just not... I have a huge bag with Kuromi inside it too. So I'm just I just assumed I had all my stuff. And then the taxi drives me all the way home. And then the taxi driver is like, we are at our destination. Will you be paying with cash or card, ma'am? And then I look at my bags. And I realize I don't have cash or card. Because my bag that has my wallet in it isn't in the taxi. And so obviously I start panicking. But the thing is, I couldn't even remember where the last time I saw my bag was. My first instinct is just that I left it at the restaurant or something. And a part of me was like, I'm pretty sure I grabbed my bag when we left the restaurant. I wouldn't do something this careless. I'm pretty sure I left with my bag. And it was a really cute, fluffy Sanrio bag that I actually got as a gift from Alira. So the bag itself is really important to me too. So I was like, shit, my wallet is in that bag. Where did it go? And so I start freaking out. The good thing is I had Apple Pay on my phone. And I had my phone. I was holding my phone on me. So I paid for the taxi electronically. The taxi driver could tell I was freaking out because I was like, where's my bag? Where's my bag? I was like, matte kudasai. Kaban ga... And the taxi driver is like, are you okay, ma'am? And I'm like, hold on. I just have to find my bag. And I'm like, my bag's not here. Yeah, so he saw me having my little meltdown. But then, I realized I could pay with my phone. So I was like, oh, at least I can pay for this. So I'm like, I'll get off the taxi first for now. I was Petra Gurin, and the only things I have to my name are this large Kuromi from Hex Haywire and my iPhone. And I was like, alright. I'm stressed, but it's okay. I'm stressed, but I can't. Nobody steals things in Japan. That's the one of the nice things is very, very little theft happens in Japan. Yeah, I didn't have my house keys either. I was kind of fucked. I was outside my house without the keys. And I was like on the verge of tears. And the first thing I did was call the restaurant. I called them and I'm like, hi, I ate here earlier. And I was wondering if you picked up like a bag. It's fluffy and it's like a Sanrio bag. And then the lady is like, hold on. She goes to check and I'm like, please, please have my bag. Because I don't know where else it could be. Please, please, please. And then she comes back. She's like, I'm sorry, ma'am. There's no bag with that description here. I was like, oh, God. And then I messaged the server or the group chat for our party. And I was like, has anybody seen my Sanrio bag? And everyone's like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, guys, I lost my bag. I don't know what to do. Yeah. And everyone in the chat, well, not everyone, because, you know, no one, it was pretty late at this point. It was like almost 1 a.m. And, you know, not everyone's checking the group chat all the time. So, like, a couple of people were like, no, I don't have it, sorry. And I'm freaking out. I can't get home. It's like 1 a.m. and I'm by myself in the dark. All I have is Kuromi and this phone. So I was like, and then I messaged my manager. Because my manager was actually at the Christmas party. I messaged my manager and I was like, no, I just had my emotional support Kuromi and I was like, hey. Well, our Amane-san actually took the hotel people back to their hotel. You know, so I was like, Amane-san, this is gonna sound really stupid, but I lost my entire bag. Do you know where it might be? That was like my final last resort. And at first, Mane-san is like, no, sorry, Petra. Like, we just got back to the hotel. And then 3 minutes later, Mane-san is like, oh, I have it now. And I was like, okay, I'm coming right now. So then I called another taxi on my phone. And then in the taxi, I was like, why does my manager have it? And then Doppio messages in the group chat and he's like, hey, sorry, Petra. I forgot I was still holding your bag when I got in the taxi. It was like, I literally forgot I was holding it until I got off the taxi. So for a good, 20 to 40 minutes, however long he was in that taxi for, he just had my fluffy bag. It's a pretty unconventional bag. It's my only bag that's fluffy. It's like if you turned a plushie into a bag. It's pretty, hard to miss. It's as fluffy as this Kuromi plushie. It's literally like a fluffy bag. He was like, maybe I should get one of these. I felt so natural holding it. I was like, it's okay, Doppio. It's also my fault for forgetting that you still had it. And I'm just glad that it's not gone. You did say it's the cutest bag he's ever seen. Aw, thanks, Doppio. So yeah, I cabbed from the restaurant to home. And then I cabbed from home to the hotel. And then I had to cab back from the hotel to home. So I spent more money on cabs that night than dinner. But at the end of the day, it's not even Doppio's fault. It's my fault for forgetting, And he was just trying to help me. He was just trying to help me hold the bag when I was taking the photo. And that's the story of how I'm a clown. Yet another story of how I am a clown. Petra's Bizarre Adventure. Taxis are so expensive in Japan. They're actually so expensive. I know, Doppio was just trying to be a gentleman. Let me see if I can still find the messages from that. Does someone have my Sanrio bag? Sorry! I think I left my bag at the restaurant. Crying emoji. That's me. And then nobody had an answer for a while. And then Mane-san was like, I have it. So I said, never mind, Mane-san has it. And then Doppio says, I accidentally took it. I gave it to Mane-san, like I held it for the picture, and just thought it was mine until I got out of the car. Sorry for stealing accidentally. Can you believe I had an accidental burglary? It was so funny. At the end of the day, it was a funny story to laugh back on. But when I first realized I didn't have my bag, I was so stressed. I was like, I'm sleeping out on the streets tonight with Kuromi Kuromi as my pillow or something. So the thing is, like, I looked back. When he said, like, I'm sorry, I still had it, I looked back at the photos I took and I realized Doppio was holding the bag. Like it belongs to him, and I was like, that's where it was. If I just looked at the picture, I would have known. I didn't leave it at the restaurant. But yes, I was just glad I have my bag back. That's all. I know I had a clue all along and I just missed it. It was under my nose the whole time.